we start off with a world exclusive. ISIS headquarters have been found. And here's a picture I really want to see happen at some point. 20 animals, 200 years inside for the rape and abuse of white girls as young as 11. And the British establishment wants you to think Tommy Robinson is the problem. Sex gang unmasked. Middle class recreational drug users have blood on their hands, Met Chief. Well, I think you'll find it's actually the Met Police that have blood on their hands. Britain's most senior police officer believes middle class recreational drug users have blood on their hands over the recent spate of violent deaths. Speaking on LBC, Metropolitan Police Commissioner Cressida Dick told host Nick Ferrari the description was a good way to put it. The host asked, is it fair to say, Commissioner, that some of these middle-class dinner parties that send out for cocaine on the weekend, or whatever it might be, they've actually got blood on their hands of some of the people who are dying in the streets? Ms. Dick said, I think anybody who is not seriously mentally ill, seriously addicted, or who is seeking recreational drugs, particularly Class A drugs, yes, I think that is a good way to put it. I do. What a crock of shit. Blame anyone but yourself. May did not understand EU when she triggered Brexit, apparently. Theresa May and her circle of advisors did not understand how the European Union works and consequently followed a negotiation strategy in 2016 that was doomed to fail, the former UK ambassador to the EU, Sir Ivan Rogers, has said. Speaking to the Institute of Government on Monday, Rogers said the people around the Prime Minister at the start of the Article 50 process didn't know very much about European councils or that much about the EU. Rogers, who resigned a year ago, has developed a reputation for producing some of the most caustic assessments of the misunderstandings between the UK and EU, said the UK lived under the illusion that it could circumvent Brussels by making direct deals with the major capitals. Time for comic relief to hang up its red nose. It concerns me that some 30 years after Save the Children first published a set of image guidelines to steer in staff in avoiding negative use of imagery and to start their dialogue in the aid sector about negative aspects of imagery in use, it's still a thorny topic. White saviours belong in the past. We need new storytellers. 1 March. I joined Save the Children at the Photographic Librarian in 1989 and inherited the task of championing the image guidelines and explaining the issues raised by them. Well, it doesn't tell you much, but it's time to hung up the boots because the money doesn't go where you think. Yeah, BBC keep it in a big fund and use it to whatever they like. FCA rocked by claims of bullying and harassment. The Financial Conduct Authority has been rocked by a sharp rise in the number of staff making accusations of bullying and harassment at the Power UK watchdog, raising questions over the FCA's ability to stamp out misconduct in the city. Of course they can't, they're not supposed to. MPs who fiddle their expenses will be given anonymity under new plans. MPs alleged to have cheated on their parliamentary expenses will be given anonymity under new plans. It has emerged as a record ban was handed to an MP for failing to declare an expenses paid holiday to Sri Lanka. Right, so if you're on benefits and you work as well that's fiddling your benefits, right? And you get to have to pay it all back, and you might even get to prison. But if you're an MP, oh no, you stay anonymous and you just carry, just don't do it again. Okay, don't get caught is what they mean. The government has been accused of protecting the sensitivities of politicians after attempting to quietly push through a change which would hide the names of MPs under investigation. Since 2010, the Parliamentary Commission for Standards has listed all MPs under inquiry on its website, and rulings are also automatically published. The proposed change would make the process anonymous. In addition, the Commissioner would no longer automatically publish her verdicts. Yeah, let's cover up the thieving bastards in Parliament. We all know the thieving bastards. shit got real. Cops pelted with FECAL bombs during yellow vest protest in Marseille. The yellow vest protesters have apparently adopted an unconventional weapon against the French police law enforcement facial bombs. At least 3 policemen have been already attacked by them during the most recent protest. The criminal police back officers came under the excrement attack in the city of Marseille on Saturday, getting heavily stained by fecal matter. On the other hand, one of the officers has repeatedly received injury to insult, sustaining physical damage to his elbow. So he fell over. And besides, throwing shit at them makes no difference when they're shooting rubber bullets at you and bombs. Hardly fair, is it? Bar manager claims cop warned her to shut your mouth over suspicious man's death was murder. A woman claims police told her she should shut her mouth over the belief that a young man had been murdered. More than 5 years after the violent death of 25-year-old Stephen Sutherland, which law enforcement officers maintain was not suspicious, the bar manager who served him on the night he vanished has shared her story. Caroline Isaac was the bar manager of the Bayview Hotel in Leicester, Caithness, where Stephen had a few drinks on the night of September 6, 2013. His body washed up on the beach at nearby Augusta on September 17th. The police officer quickly declared it an accident or suicide. You can trust the police, can't you? You know you can't. Cressida Dick blasts Theresa May, claims that Tory police cuts don't fuel crime. Britain's most senior officer has hit back at Theresa May's claim that Tory police cuts haven't helped fuel violence crime on our streets. Metropolitan Police Commissioner Cressida Dick said, obviously agreed that there was a link between violence on the streets and police numbers. It comes after the Prime Minister denied the link, insisting soaring knife crime across Britain has nothing to do with the brutal cuts. Since Miss May became Home Secretary in 2010, the PM and PM in 2016, the number of officers has been slashed by 21,000. Today, the Mirror launches a campaign to tackle her knife epidemic with 5 key demands, including boosting police numbers and reversing cuts to your services. But then they can't have the crime that's going on because they want to bring in the new world order out of the chaos. UK cash payment system could collapse in 2 years. Bollocks, just another push for cashless society. The UK's cash payment system could collapse in 2 years, the industry has warned, as the Treasury is being urged to step in to save it. Companies which circulate, store and distribute coins and notes say the rapid trend towards digital payments will soon render their business unprofitable, sources told the Daily Telegraph. Utter bollocks. That's just to push the cashless society that they've been trying to push for a long time now. Woman who has children taken from her faces jail for sharing case details online. So when the SS come along and steal your children, they also put you under ban not to talk about it because they don't want them exposing. So the way around that is they simply lock you up for exposing the corruption. A 54-year-old woman who says her children were unfairly taken from her could be jailed after a judge concluded that she had wrongly posted information relating to family court litigation on Facebook. Social services bosses at Medway Council, which is based in Chatham, Kent, had complained that Sarah Root published information online in 2018 in breach of court order. So it's okay for them to steal your kids, but don't talk about it, otherwise we'll get you sent to prison. Mrs. Justice Thiers on Monday made a number of rulings in their favour after hearing in the family division of the High Court in London and concluded that Miss Root was in contempt of court. The judge adjourned sentencing until March 6. She said Miss Root's children should not be identified in media reports of the case. Miss Root, who lives on the outskirts of London, has already been penalised for breaching orders limiting the publication of information about family court proceedings involving her children. But if they weren't doing anything wrong in these family court proceedings, why would they need the secrecy? Because they are doing wrong. They're the government's arm of child trafficking. In May 2018, Mrs Justice Thays ruled that she wrongly published information on Facebook and handed her a suspended 6-month prison sentence. In August 2017, Judge Richard Polden also handed Miss Root a suspended 6-month jail term after concluding that she had wrongly published material on Facebook. "I'm worried that I will be sent to jail," said Miss Root, who used to work as a receptionist and model after Mrs Justice Thayer's ruling on Monday. "All I want to do is see my children," she added. I think I've been treated unfairly and I'm angry and upset." They wouldn't need secrecy if they weren't doing anything wrong. Now here's more bullshit. Smirking at soft justice Britain. Thug 18 poses for a selfie outside court after dodging prison for a second knife offence amid mounting concerns over soft justice. Don't get mad at this. This is the plan. They want you to get mad because you can see it's unjust, especially with the alleged knife crime that's going on. And he's been done for it twice. He should have gone straight to jail for a year, 3 years, whatever. But they want you to get angry at it, so don't get angry at it. It's the justice system that's shit, or the CPS, or the courts and the judges. The judges are all mixed. They want him back out committing more crimes. Hopefully he'll stab someone and kill them. That's the sort of shit that these evil bastards want. So don't get mad at him. I'll do enough of that. And here's another one. Nigerian sex attacker, 36, who was in the UK illegally when he was jailed for abusing schoolgirls, is back in court over laptop offence after not being deported on his release from prison. You see, they want this sort of shit going on all the time because you and I both know, don't we, that once he'd done his jail term he should have been pissed off to wherever he came from. But then they can't get the chaos, cause the chaos they want to bring in the order from. Moses Ologunbenla, 36, was jailed for 6 years in 2014 for sex assault on a child. He admitted failing to comply with notifications requirements after early release. Court heard in 2014 the sex attacker would be deported, but he was not. All by design, to get you going down the road they want you to get down. I'm guessing this is New South Wales. Labour suspended Peter Hansen's membership over child pornography charges. A Labour branch secretary of Cabarath Matter in Sydney's West has been suspended by the party after he was charged with child pornography offences. Peter Henson is alleged to have produced child pornography in the Philippines. New South Wales Labour said it became aware of the charges on Monday. Hansen will appear in the Supreme Court later this week and will be released without, a slap on the wrist. Don't do it again, then he can get back to do his job. Peter Andrew Hansen has been in custody since his arrest at Sydney Airport in October after returning from... Well, that's good. Let's hope he gets serious jail time. Savage Javid clashes with Theresa May on demand for extra millions to combat knife crime crisis. This is smoke and mirrors. None of this happens. They might have an argument for the TV cameras, then they go around and sit down and have a dinner and go, oh, well, we put on a good argument there, didn't we? Those dumbass slaves will think that I really do give a shit about anything. Savage Javid clashed with Theresa May on Tuesday as he demanded millions more in emergency funding for police to combat the knife and crime crisis, which is totally fake. In what was described as a testy exchange with Mrs May, the Home Secretary argued current resourcing, including the extra $1 billion announced just months ago, did not go far enough to help police combat the record levels of knife crime. Philip Hammond, the Chancellor, appeared to rebook Mr Javid by suggesting that the police should prioritise the resources they have and focus staff on real-time cases rather than historic investigations. Yeah, don't investigate the historical child abuse because, that'll lead you back to us. Major tax scam uncovered as 180 non-EU nationals obtain licences despite having no legal status in Ireland. Now again here, that couldn't possibly happen without the government's backing. they've allowed it to happen because they, again, all the governments, doesn't matter, Ireland, England, Wales, Scotland, France, Germany, it doesn't matter. They're all working to the same agenda. Get the migration in and we can destroy the countries before they even know what's hit them. God have uncovered evidence of a major scam in which 180 non-EU nationals obtained taxi licenses using fraudulent PSV applications despite having no legal status in the country. The Garda National Immigration Bureau searched several residential addresses across Dublin where it is suspected false documentation, including PSV applications, are being produced as part of a massive immigration fraud. EU scared. Attempts to move ACTA 2 vote before protest date. See protest map to save your internet. Protests all over Europe have been planned by Anonymous, who, as well as activists and politicians behind Pirate Party International, for March 23rd to fight against copyright companies and EU bureaucrats seeking to destroy the internet with their proposed upload filter and link tax, Article 11 and Article 13. Meanwhile, the bureaucrats are trying to push the vote before there is a wide-scale outrage for their proposals for the internet, because they basically want you to pay to go onto any site. So we need to stop this. The first wave of street protests is in at least 20 different cities in 15 countries took place on January 19th. 2019 all across Europe. Now, Anons, pirates and activists alike are planning more massive demonstrations across Europe to show members of the European Parliament, MEPs, that public consensus is against the proposed article. The Article 11, 12 and 13 were finalised and voting at the end of March. However, a breaking development reported by Pirate Party Germany, Julia Reda, may push for further protests much earlier than March 23rd. Reda note that Manfred Weber and the EPP group are trying to push for a vote for ACTA 2 next week ahead of the planned protests, ignoring the will of the people, which she added is trouble for democracy and outrageous. Reda expressed that to stop the early voting, EU citizens should contact political group leaders. They're trying to destroy the internet because they know we're using it against them. NBC News report. Hillary Clinton covered up elite paedophile ring at State Department. I know you won't be surprised because if you've been paying attention, you'll know that she is an absolute dirty, filthy paedophile, and she's got the zombie disease. The Pizzagate topic has been one of the great controversies, and for good reason. If true, the implications of the allegations are huge. It would turn how we view powerful people, including presidents, high-ranking politician officials, and those we entrust to run our countries on its head. These people would be, under the definitions of our system, criminals committing paedophilia. So one must be careful in digging into the correct details when exposing this subject. At the same time, you would assume that all of this was not true. It would be no problem allowing for full on investigations to take place, except that's not what is happening. The scum. I nearly died on mountain. Well, what were you doing up there? As Jody Mann held, call in the army, top cops plea on knife crime. Oh, military in the streets, eh? That's what the plan is it? Meghan Kate at chaos at Chazdu, but kept apart. Who gives a shit? They're a pair of parasites, and they should be in jail. The Times. Beat A-level predictions and get second chance at Cambridge. Pupils give lessons in how to treat stab wounds. Oh, schools act as cabinet clashes over knife crime. Police launch inquiry into 3 Irish letter bombs. Express. PM's Brexit pledge on workers' rights. She'll destroy the lot of them. Danger of fake medicines flooding Britain. Spot on. Queen's tribute to Charles. Parasitic. Look at the parasites in every they've got to push it all the time. Oh, we haven't had the parasites in for 2 days. Mirror. Double justice. Yeah. Mrs May says more cops won't make our kids safer. She talks codswallop. Fears over splinter group. New IRA terror attack on Britain. 3 explosive devices found with love from Ireland stamped on jiffy bags. Yeah, that sounds like a false flag to me. Waste of paper star. Ian Rush, 57, to marry singer, 35. New IRA terror bombs. Yeah, believe that, you believe anything. Keep them in fear, keep them under control. TV lovies, Snub and Deck. First time in 9 years they're not up for gong. Oh, shame. But they don't do anything anyway, pop distractor. The Guardian. MPs condemn Home Office over new Windrush failings. It is simply not taking ownership of the problem it has created. Bad Brexit may mean end of mini production in Britain. Tory suspend over Islamophobia claims. Tears for Lagerfeld. High emotions at Channel Stars final show. Daily Fail. Knife crime crisis. For Jodie's sake, we need more stop and search powers. There you go. That's what it's about. Posing for a selfie outside court yesterday after dodging prisons for second knife offence. Yet another thug. Smirking at soft justice Britain. Don't get angry with it, because that's what they want. Aye. Soft Brexit warning for Tories as crunch vote looms. Twisted agenda of Michael Jackson. Behind the year's most explosive TV documentaries. So they're going after Michael Jackson because he's not here to defend himself. Council tax bill to rise by 4.5%. Why do we put up with this council tax bullshit? It's not even lawful. There's no law. We've called them up and asked them. There is no law that says a man or woman has to pay council tax. Stabbing links to police cuts by Met Chief. Alarming fall in rape charges. Tories are in denial about Islamophobia. The founder of Mersnet. We got sued and it all took off. Former flight attendant on makeup rules. Bombs sent to airport and station came from Ireland. Explosive devices found at 3 major transport hubs across London. Counter-terror inquiry launched as officers confirm incidents are linked. Irish police helping with investigation into Dublin parcels. Yeah, that stinks of a false flag. The tell lie graph. Bomb plot with stamp of Irish dissidents. Parasites again. Prince of Wales golden anniversary. May and Javid clash over a measure to combat knife crime. No, they didn't. It was all staged for the cameras so that you think. Academics and funnier MI6 heard back no deal. Arts degree cost more to the taxpayer. Rape case jury trials court could be scrapped. Mutant stem of cells may hold key to HIV care. Cannabis oil cures it. The Bob Beck device cures it. Metro. Parasites again. They're pushing the parasites on us. Breeze the big cheese scene. So great to bump into you. Oh, I see you got your strap on. PM accused of crocodile tears over knife victims. British patient who is now free of HIV. Explosive posted in 3 jiffy bags. Terror police issue warning after package sent to transport hubs. Will hubby in Keely's coast at Keely's co-star. Hammond no deal is unlikely. We meet Samantha Morton, who was raped by a Nottingham City Council employee as a child. Yes, Nottingham criminal cartel. They rape everyone. Anything but independent. How Grayling made it big in the States. The racism in the knife crime debate. Tommy Robinson won't silence me. The creative arts of crucial for society. Transport hubs targeted with explosives. Conservatives suspended 14 over Islamophobia abuse. Investigation launched after calls to get rid of all mosques. Norway can do it, so can we. Financial Times. Why the ECB should reverse its decision to tighten. Power stance. Fearless girls hit the city. Northern Ireland warned of unrest and food shortages if no deal Brexit. Oh yeah, let's pile on the fear, shall we? Top officials lays out likely impact. Lefty letter raises pressure on DUP party stance softened. Third time lucky for Goishen as new legal team finally wins bail for ex-Nissan boss. That's it. Don't waste your money. Nothing in there. See you tomorrow.